Hey guys, I'm at the Woodshed Barber, and today we're going to be looking at the Kemei KM90-4. So let's go ahead and talk about the most obvious thing about this thing. And what is wrong with these companies and these names? The KM90-4, why not just call it the 904? Or the 90? I doubt they've made 940 clippers or 904 clippers, whatever. But these companies have got to be doing a better job with their names. I mean, at least with the VGR, they had that, you had the V, was it 285? But they just nicknamed it the Muscular. Name this something, well, we have a nickname for it, but we'll get to that part here in a moment. But you may be looking at it and saying, what is this? Well, this is the Kemei version of a white labeled Saber 2. It's the same shape, has a lot of the same features. However, it's got some things that make it very different. We will get into this.
Oh, actually, he's the boss. I just pay for everything and design everything and make everyone look cooler.
So the design of the KM90-4, and this is going to be the last time I call it this because this is going to lead into our nickname for this little clipper. The design of this tool is very familiar. I know you see that it's the knockoff version, the white label version, I should say, of the Saber 2, or should I say the Saber 2 is the white labeled version of this. However, there's some differences. This one is plastic, where the Saber 2 is metal. So
it's not the same, not the same, not the same. It's not the same.
But you do have some similar things. You have a very, oddly enough, I really like this click arm. It's small. I don't know if you guys are seeing how thin and small that click lever is, but I kind of like it. It has the magnetic trap door that comes off so you can clean it off good. A lot of things that feel familiar. It has a, pretty comfortable design. I will say this little part right here, it's a very nice place to put your thumb. However, I did find that whenever I'm wearing my gloves, and as you guys know, I've said that I wear gloves not necessarily for sanitation purposes, but because as we get older, by the way, guys, I don't know if you knew that, but as we get older, our skin becomes more susceptible to hair splinters, and those suck. So I'll wear gloves to avoid the hair splinters. With the gloves on, this thing is a whole lot more slippery. So typically, I put on one of these little Andis grippy things I've got.
Rib for her pleasure. Ew.
And that's made it way more comfortable in the hand with those gloves. But I mean, with my regular hand right here, it's very comfortable, very, not slippery at all. But, and I don't know if this is a design feature, but it's definitely a branding issue. So, like I said, terrible name. KM90-4. Damn it, I said it again. KM90-4. Damn it! It's now going to be called something very stupid. Because for whatever reason, if you guys don't know this, Kemei is a Chinese company, and they don't really understand our culture completely, so they try to tap into it. So on this cover of this box, for one thing, Kemei's boxing is Kemei's boxing. It is what it is. But they have a random football player holding a ball the way a football player would never hold the ball if he's running with it. And, of course, no helmet as well. But right here, you'll see something. It says, recommended by Mr. Tony.
What?
Who's Mr. Tony? Should I know this guy? It seems very generic and very out of nowhere. Recommended by Mr. Tony. Who's Mr. Tony? I don't know Mr. Tony. We're going to start calling it Mr. Tony. Or just Tony. We'll call him Tony. Hey, Tony. Exclusive to Mr. Tony. Not recommended by Mr. Tony. Exclusive to Mr. Tony is on the clipper. What the hell? I mean, it's an okay clipper. It's got one speed, Very familiar switch, feels very wall-like. But it's got 1 speed. Okay feel. It does, I'm not gonna say it feels cheap, but considering that the copycat of this, or the American, Saber style craft version of this is metal, it does feel less, less quality. So design on this, because of the weird branding, the weird shape, it's not the best clipper out there, but I'm going to put it right in the middle. Design, it gets a 3. It's a 3 on design.
But what could it generate?
If my math is right, I don't know as is, 3 gigajoules per second.
So the power of the Tony, well, I will say the power of this clipper is pretty substantial. It has 2.5-hour battery. It does come with a charging dock, which I heavily appreciate, especially for a clipper of this price. It does, whenever you turn it on, it does have a little indicator light for the power left. I'm assuming that means percentage, because 100 minutes, that does not correspond with the 150 minute that it's claiming. So 2.5 hours, but 2 hours to charge it. I get that that's probably to keep the, the validity and the health of the battery up there longer. I get that. I just hate long charge times. I don't know what it is. It feels like we should be beyond that by now. The crazy thing about this tool, 11,500 RPMs. That's a lot. That's vector motor with the pressure on it mode. So let me get you to take a hear of this. Let me get you to take a listen to this. Very powerful little motor. So even though it could have a little bit more battery life, I mean, it's a powerful little clipper. So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 on power. The blade of this tool, I think you guys know what I'm going to say.
There's only been one blade. There's only ever going to be one blade.
I am so sick of every single company giving us their boring version of the Faber blade. It's so crazy how a blade can just crash and burn from being this new thing, and just every company come out with their version of it. So this has the Kemei DLC Faber style blade. And if you don't know why I'm frustrated with this, the Faber and Fade, it's the same thing. It just has the vent lines on it. It has the same profile. So it does not give you a longer cut or a longer stretch. It's a fade blade. All it is a fade blade. And if you were somebody who just loved the fade blades back in the day, then you might love this. I wish that more companies would remember the fact that your standard cutting blade should be a taper blade. And that's my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm probably not, but I like taper blades. The Kemei version of this, the VGR version of it, I'm so sick of them. The only one that I've found that's really worthwhile is the original Faber blade, which is decent, and the MIM blade from Babyliss. That thing is next level. I don't know what it is about it, but it has a better cutting feed. It's just a better blade. So this tool with that blade on it, or maybe a taper blade, fantastic. But it does not come with that, it comes with this. So blade, it could be worse, I guess. It could be a lot better. So I'm gonna give the blade a 3.
Hey, with the box, what was in the box? Oh, what's in the box?
The accessories of this tool, well, comes in that box. It does have a charging stand, which I heavily appreciate, and it has some very generic guards. not a whole lot. But I do consider features also accessories. The fact that you can easily clean this off the way we can, that's a nice accessory. And maybe it's just a feature, maybe that's part of the design, I don't know. But accessories wise, it's nothing over the moon. There's no customization. It's just plain simple guards. I do like the charging dock. But another thing too, it does also has USB-C charging, which I did not mention earlier. USB-C charging is good. I appreciate that. So accessories wise, I'm gonna give this a 4. It doesn't come with any kind of customization. The guards aren't anything to write home about. Usually whenever I can just feel a guard, I can be like, that's not gonna do it for me. So right now, my favorite guards to use with something like this are my Wall Premium guards or the T45 guards. That's my go-to guards. The T-Pub next level guards, I forget what they're called, premium guards, I guess, maybe. The white ones of those, I use those for the longer lengths if I need them. But so the guards ain't great. It does come with a charging dock, so that saves it. I'm gonna say a 4 on accessories.
Show me the money! That's it, brother, but you got to yell that shit! Show me the money! I need to feel you, Jerry! Show me the money! Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money!
Price is where this clipper is amazing. You're getting a very powerful little tool. And just to showcase, next to what is probably my favorite little side tool right now is the VGR Muscular. Very similar. We're getting into this zone. I mean, this right here is still shorter. But we're getting into this zone of the compact clipper. And I know that a lot of creators have been talking about this, but it is true. Between this, that, we got the Play Mini, which I'm going to be getting here soon to review. So excited for that. The Babeless compacts, they're going to be on my way here soon too. Sorry guys, I'm just waiting on stuff to get here. You know, Alabama is not the most convenient place to ship things, I guess. But the size of this tool is really nice. And so for the fact that you've got a powerful small tool with a charging base with USB-C charging, wow, I said it that time, for $55. That's right, $55. That's a deal. That's a steal, honestly. And now I've not put a better blade on this yet. I probably should have done that before this video, but I am reviewing the way it comes. Now I may give an update whenever I put a better blade on this, but now if you're wanting a clipper that's the best bang for the buck, get this one, get the little VGR Muscular. But for 55 bucks, if you're enticed by the Saber 2, don't spend $300 on a tool like that. I mean, man, they're gonna keep doing it as long as we let them. I'll just say that. They're gonna keep doing that as long as we let them. $300 for that clipper is just not worth it. Maybe you can go get the Echo Crunch blade if that's your thing and you can put that on here. Do that. Do a taper blade, whatever, but for the price, this thing is a 5 out of 5. You can't get better than 55 bucks for this.
They've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
But you guys know me well enough to know it is not about the price, the battery life, all this different stuff. The main thing is, how does it cut? How does it perform? Well, even though this thing has a motor and a half, it's pretty comfortable in the hand. It does have some features I like. Like I said, I really like this click arm. I don't know what it is. It's loud, but not in a way that annoys you. Maybe it's annoying you guys, me doing this, but I enjoy it. Last time. The thing that stinks is the way it comes to you with this blade. I don't know if maybe the blade, let me gather my thoughts. If you put an unforgiving blade on a clipper that's really powerful, you have a clipper that's kind of like trying to wrangle a Mustang. I think the best thing to do with very powerful motors is to put a soft blade on there. And what I mean by that is like a taper blade, or a blade that you're very, very comfortable or familiar with. Fade blades are very aggressive and they're for fine-tuning things. So usually it's meant for a more forgiving motor. Having an 11,500 RPM motor have a fade blade on it, pretty much, I think it's a bad pairing, because this thing was not the smoothest cutting. It did not give me the smoothest blends. I think that most of that is the blade. I'll give that, did it again. I'll give that the blame. I'm gonna say it's probably the blade combination with the motor. But once again, for this price, you can easily, for less than $100, get the best blade on the market and this clipper for less than $100 together, and just switch them out. So performance-wise, the way it comes, I'm gonna give it a 3, but it has potential. And that's the thing about a tool like this, is that you can always make it better. But I'll review these as they come to me. Kind of like the T-Pub play trimmer. The way it came to me at first was with that pencil blade, and I hated it. So it didn't get a good review. But then they started shipping them with the newer blade, so I updated my review. This is just shipping with this blade. It's not, and I can guarantee you it's not gonna ship with a different blade. But it is a great little tool, and I mean, it cuts well for certain things, but whenever it comes to being an overall clipper the way it comes, no bueno. But I am gonna throw a taper blade on this, and I'll give you guys an update probably on one of my Son of a Barber podcast episodes. But overall, it's a good little clipper. For the money, it's not the greatest, and it's honestly kind of the VGR. I had to replace the blade to enjoy this too. But overall, this right here was a better combined unit than this right here is combined. So this right here definitely got a higher score. But I think that this little clipper, if you are wanting if you're just wanting a new tool, this is a good buy. I'd say this one over this one, but it's really good. So guys, that's my review of the Mr. Tony. I gotta do something about those names, guys. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please click that like button, subscribe, share this with your barber friends. Let's get this community growing. Let's keep those comments humble and kind, and as always, I'll check you guys in the next one.